Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie is a Nigerian writer of novels, short stories, and non-fiction. In 2008 she was awarded a MacArthur Genius Grant. She was described in the Times Literary Supplement as the most prominent of a procession of critically acclaimed young Anglophone authors is succeeding in attracting a new generation of readers to African literature. The story starts in a mild and a cool fashionable way where the author tries to recollect her old memories. She talks about the places she lived and the places she read. She says that she had completed her education in a university campus in eastern Nigeria. The author describes herself as an early reader who started her journey in the field of literature at an early age of 4. She mostly read American and British books. She also describes herself as an early writer who started writing at the age of 7. She wrote many stories with the exact characters of what she had read. The mostly constitute of white and blue-eyed characters who ate apples and talked about the weather. She then talks about the condition of her home nation Nigeria. Here in Nigeria the temperature is usually hot and the most common fruit that they received were mangoes. They never really got to see the snow as she had never went somewhere outside the country. Their region never had snow. When she thinks about those things she remembers how impressionable and vulnerable we are now in the story. The author then briefs us about how her mind worked when she heard the term books. The first thing that she remembers is that those books contain foreigners in them. Thereby she started to write her own stories that contained foreigners and perspective acts that were not familiar to her. It was by then she had discovered African books. They were merely a few. She had read about Chinua Achebe and Kamaru Laye. It was by then our author realized the importance of characters in stories. It was from those stories she knew that girls with skin color chocolate and who had curly hair which couldn't form a ponytail could also be characters in a story. But on the contrary, she loved to read American and British books that stirred up her imagination. But she called the African writers as her savior who saved her from a single storybook. The author then briefs us about her lifestyle. She says that she was from a middle-class family. Her dad was a professor and mother an administrator. When she was 8 she got a homeboy named Fidi who looked after their house. Fidi was from a poor family and this had a real impact on the author directly or indirectly. When she had leftovers in her plate, her mother would usually scold her by saying that she was petrifying the poverty of Fidi.